Whoever's done it once is bound to do it again. For cheaters, love is just a word, something they say but don't really mean. When I met Olivia, I already had a solid job, a house and a car. You know, the whole package. A beautiful, ambitious girl like her definitely noticed, so Olivia made sure I took her to the registry office just 6 months later. Honestly, I was crazy about her too. Besides being funny, stunning, and smart, Olivia turned out to be a fantastic homemaker. Less than 2 months after we met, we were living together in my place, and it wasn't the same anymore. My young wife added gorgeous curtains, ordered new dishes, and planted flowers on the porch. Family life started to settle into a nice rhythm. I switched jobs so I could spend more time with her, and at my new position, I got a company car, so I stopped using my own. Olivia would sometimes borrow the car to go out with the girls, whether it was to a cafe or the mall for some new clothes. And here's the kicker: she wasn't a big spender. The most she'd bring back from her shopping trips were things like glasses, a purse, or a scarf. I should have been cautious about her thriftiness, but I was wearing rose-colored glasses and didn't think much of it. Then, one day off, Olivia and her friends decided to check the oil in the car. It had been sitting in the garage for almost a month before the trip, so it was necessary. I was about to wipe the dipstick when something caught my eye. The hood had been wiped down a little. The shapes left in the dust were too familiar. An outline of a body in the middle, 2 handprints near the windshield, and another pair of prints near the headlights. You don't need to be Sherlock Holmes to figure out what had happened on the hood of my car not long ago. And that's when I realized that my wife was cheating on me. I can't even describe how furious I was at that moment. For the first few minutes, all I could think about was how I would take care of this lover as soon as I saw him. I was so angry that I ended up ruining everything that belonged to her: the flowers, the curtains she ordered. I didn't want to see a single thing she had a hand in. I made a mess of the house, scattered our travel suitcases, and hid them in the pantry. Then I packed up her things. Olivia came back about an hour later, and as soon as she saw the flowers ripped out, she stormed in. "Are you drunk or something? What's going on here?" she demanded. When she saw the suitcases in the middle of the room, she stopped in her tracks. "Sweetheart, what's going on?" "What's going on is that you've turned into a trash can, and now you're packing your things and leaving my house to go wherever you please," I answered, trying to keep my voice steady. "Are you kidding me?" she shouted. "Stop it. Did your friend say something about me?" "There's nothing to say about you when you didn't even bother to wipe the hood of the car after your little session," I said, laughing in disbelief. She looked completely pitiful trying to explain herself. "What are you even talking about?" Yeah, you're not right in the head," she muttered, realizing what she'd done, then suddenly burst into tears, sitting down on the couch in silence, apparently hoping I would comfort her. "Get out before I pull your hair out," I said firmly. "Do you really want this shame?" She shook her head, awkwardly packed her things, and slowly walked out. A few steps down, she stopped, sat on a suitcase, and started making a call. From the window, I saw a car pull up. A guy got out, helped her load her things into the trunk, and then, without a surprise, he hugged her and kissed her. Until that moment, I had convinced myself that maybe she'd only cheated once. But with him standing there, right in front of me, I realized this wasn't a one-time thing. I called Olivia's dad and told him everything. I also let him know that I was filing for divorce, since all the property before the marriage was mine. No drama, no fighting, just 2 people drifting apart. But still, I missed her. My friends were incredible though, coming over every night just to hang out. Without them, I probably would have lost it. Thanks to social media, I found out she was married. Not even 2 months had passed since our divorce, and I still foolishly hoped she might be pregnant. Honestly, I wanted revenge on both of them. Her for cheating, and him for being with a married woman. I couldn't stand the thought of them being happy after everything they'd done. Everything seemed perfect for my ex. Back in her home, back with her husband, even a job at some fancy beauty salon. It was all thanks to her new husband. But there was still a chance to set things right and get back at this couple. Then, just 6 months after my ex and her lover got married, my friend spotted Olivia at a nightclub. He was shocked when he saw her kissing some guy. We were looking at photos on social media together, so my friend quickly realized that Olivia wasn't kissing her husband. He filmed it all on video and sent me a message. "Do whatever you want with it." I had to think carefully about my next move. As much as I despised the guy who stole my faith, I knew I had to stop the vicious cycle of infidelity. So I found his profile on social media and suggested we meet. I told him I had information about Olivia. He responded rudely, and to be honest, he told me to mind my own business. Well, fine. A second later, Olivia's video with that guy was on his profile. An hour later, he deleted it, but the damage was done. People had already shared it. Our town's small, so news travels fast. A week later, I heard the young couple had split up, and it didn't stop there. This guy got Olivia fired from her job, a position she'd gotten thanks to him. Word on the street was her parents also cut ties with her, too ashamed of what she'd done. Olivia messaged me once, asking to meet up, but I just laughed. I didn't need anything from her after all that had happened.